What's up guys, James here, how's it going? So I'm doing a response to Mr. Ash Toast's video, The Problem with Atheism. Now this isn't a pwnage video per se. I do have a few fairly strong disagreements with him, but he is an extremely genuine guy and he has such a great heart. However, I do think he has a few fundamental misunderstandings of what atheism actually is. So, first of all then, I'm just going to run over a couple of definitions. So, first off then, theism is the belief in a god, particularly one who takes a special interest in human lives. Atheism is the lack of a belief in God, and deism is the belief in a god who created the universe but didn't or doesn't take a special interest in humans. And then you have agnosticism, which is the position of stating that you don't know whether or not a god exists. And I used to call myself an agnostic for quite a long time until I realised that my understanding of the word was wrong. So atheism itself can be split up into two categories. You have weak atheism, which is also known as agnostic atheism, which is the position of not believing in a god, but not claiming to be certain that this is the case. And then there's strong atheism, which is the belief that you're certain that no god exists. And I think most atheists would fall into the position of agnostic atheists. I'm agnostic in regards to God in exactly the same way I'm agnostic to the belief in the Loch Ness Monster or the belief that aliens have visited Earth. I don't believe that the Loch Ness Monster exists, I don't believe that aliens have visited Earth, simply because there's no real compelling evidence to suggest that this is the case. However, I think you would be very hard pushed to find someone who classified themselves as a strong atheist. But most theists, you wouldn't expect this argument to extend to theists as well. Most theists wouldn't call themselves agnostic theists. Now, in regards to a theistic god, one which takes a special interest in human lives, I'm pretty close to being a strong atheist on this matter, simply because the universe just seems too big and we seem too insignificant for this to be the case. There's about 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and there's 100 billion galaxies, which means there's about 10 hexillion potential planets in the universe. For a god to take a special interest in us just seems absurd by that logic, especially when it seems so likely for evolution and abiogenesis to be the case. But in regards to a deistic god, one which created the universe but takes no special interest in us, I have no evidence in one way or the other, but because I have no evidence to believe in such a being, or even that being having any intelligence, or being a being for that matter, I choose not to believe in such a thing until evidence to the contrary presents itself. So yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about evolution, since you talk about atheists clutching the origin of species. Now, evolution is far from an atheist-only belief. My great-grandfather, for one, was a priest who accepted evolution, and there are many many Christians here on the tubes who are equally passionate on the subject as I am. Evolution is both a fact and a theory, and yes, in essence, it is all about survival, but it does encompass so much more than that. It's our ability to work together and sustain our environment, which are both very important to our survival as well. And furthermore, there's codependence on other species. Take, for example, the relationship between bees and flowers. And then there's the fact that we are related to every other organism on the planet. If you went back a couple of tens of millions of generations, you'd be related to your dog, for example. Doesn't the fact that we're related to every other being on the Earth, isn't that beautiful enough as it is? Evolution is the scientific explanation for the diversity of life. It makes absolutely no claims about the purpose for life. The purpose for life, I think you would agree with me on this matter, is for every human being on the planet to decide entirely for themselves. And furthermore, atheism is about what we don't believe. It says absolutely nothing about what we do believe. Sure, on YouTube most of us are extremely sceptical, but there certainly are atheists who believe in ghosts, the soul, tarot cards, astrology, and homeopathy, for example. Buddhists are technically atheists, although they might not really like being referred to as such. And sure, many atheists on here are extremely vocal, but that's only because we have no churches, we have no clubs, we have no government funding, and YouTube is one of the only places we can really vent our thoughts. Most of the atheists I know in real life take absolutely no interest in religion whatsoever. So yeah, finally I'd like to move on to the subject of anger. And yeah, I think a lot of people should tone their anger down, but anger is a natural reaction. It's not always a bad thing. Women and black people, for example, would have never got the vote if it wasn't for people getting angry and passionate about the issues. And yeah, sure, many people take it too far, myself included sometimes, and I'm sure you do as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stick to Christianity for a second then, for the sake of simplicity. I have absolutely no problem whatsoever in someone believing in a god because it gives, because they think it gives their life purpose, or it makes them feel good, as long as it isn't used to attack anyone else. And yes, certainly, being an atheist doesn't make anyone immune from believing nonsense, or being a bigot for that matter. But it isn't the cause of it, whereas in many cases, being religious certainly can be. I think it's right to be angry when people try to pass laws limiting marriage to heterosexuals, or stone people to death for being raped, or bomb abortion clinics, or threaten people with eternal hell for not believing in the same thing that they do. And when it comes to creationism taught in the classroom, I am extremely passionate about this issue, because there's certainly much evidence to support evolution, whereas there is none for creationism. On this matter, I'll leave a link down below to another video that I did talking about exactly why it is evolutionary theory is important. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway, Ash. Take care, and if you have any more questions regarding atheism, please don't hesitate to send me a PM or make another video. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.